Big changes were made this week in AI for internet browsers. Let's take a short look at these news stories and more to help you stay up to date. I'm Dylan Foley, and this is AI Business News for the week of October 19th, 2025. Anthropic announced a new feature called Claude Code on the web, which is still in the beta phase. Essentially, it lets developers offload coding tasks directly through a web browser, meaning you don't have to open your terminal or switch between tools. You connect your code repository, for example, via GitHub. Tell Claude what you need done, bug fixes, routine updates, etc. And Claude runs the work in the cloud. You can track progress in real time, steer the process, and review changes via automatic pull requests and summaries. A couple of important points. It supports parallel tasks across multiple repositories from a unified interface, which can help speed things up. Security is a priority. Each task runs in an isolated sandbox environment with strict controls on what the code can access. Only authorized repositories are included, and network/file access is limited. Custom settings let users define what external domains the sandbox can reach, for example, to download packages. The tool complements, rather than replaces, traditional workflows. It is especially suited for well-defined tasks like bug fixes and back-end changes with test-driven development. The web version is available now for Pro and Max users, and a mobile version is part of the preview, so you can initiate and review tasks on the go. In short, if you're a developer or part of a dev team, Claude Code on the web aims to make it easier to delegate coding work, get faster results, and maintain secure workflows, all from your browser and soon mobile. Staying with news out of Anthropic, the company's CEO, Dario Amodei, reaffirms Anthropic's mission to ensure artificial intelligence serves society positively, rather than becoming a danger. He emphasizes that the U.S. needs to maintain leadership in AI development by applying the technology for the public good, such as in healthcare, while carefully avoiding harmful uses. Amodei highlights that Anthropic already works closely with the U.S. government. The company has contracts for national security prototypes, supports federal AI deployment, and ensures their models are used responsibly. He also stresses their commitment to fair hiring across political lines, transparency about AI bias and safety, and the need for a unified national policy for AI governance, rather than a patchwork of state laws. He rejects allegations that Anthropic is politically biased or harmful to startups, citing independent studies that show their models are less politically skewed than some competitors, and underlining their support for new AI companies. Google has launched a new learning platform called Google Skills that brings together nearly 3,000 course modules and hands-on labs from across Google's teams, such as Google Cloud, Google DeepMind, Grow with Google, and Google for Education. The idea is to make it easier for anyone, whether you're a student just starting out, a professional wanting to sharpen your skills, or a business seeking to upskill your team, to pick up knowledge about AI and technical topics in one place. On Google Skills, you can learn from Google's subject matter experts, earn credentials such as badges or certificates to demonstrate your knowledge, and get hands-on experience via labs where you can try real tools in practice. For example, they mention learning AI from scratch, then progressing to a certification via Google Cloud, or diving into Google DeepMind's research-oriented offerings. Google also emphasizes that this platform is free for many learners. There are no-cost learning paths available, and for organizations, education, institutions, nonprofits, there are free options too. The platform also supports businesses looking to upskill employees by delivering assigned learning, team leaderboards, and reporting on progress. Retail giant Amazon is planning a major push toward automation in its U.S. warehouses and logistics operations. Internal documents suggest the company might avoid hiring around 600,000 workers by 2033, despite expecting to double the volume of deliveries in that time. By 2027 alone, it may sidestep hiring 160,000 people and save about $12.6 billion, or roughly 30 cents on each item shipped. The automation goal is ambitious. The documents say the robotics team aims to handle about 75% of Amazon's operations eventually. At the same time, Amazon emphasizes that robots and advanced technology are meant to assist workers, not replace them outright. It says these automation efforts are part of efficiency gains and that it's still hiring. Nevertheless, economists warn this shift could reshape how and where people work, especially in industries like logistics and warehousing. In more news out of Amazon, the company has introduced a new feature called Help Me Decide. The idea is simple. If you've been browsing similar items but haven't made up your mind, this tool pops up and gives you one clear recommendation tailored just for you. It doesn't just show you a product, it also explains why you should buy it. The explanation might point out features that match your past searches or purchases, highlight the best reviews, and compare it with a cheaper option and a premium upgrade. The goal? Reduce browsing fatigue and make online shopping faster and easier. However, while it offers convenience, the feature also raises questions about how much shopper data Amazon uses to decide what to recommend and how much of our choices are being nudged by the platform. YouTube has begun releasing a new tool designed to protect creators from being impersonated by artificial intelligence videos. Creators in YouTube's partner program, those who meet certain subscriber and viewer thresholds, can now enroll in the system, which scans content for use of their face or voice without permission. Once enrolled and verified, a creator can review flagged videos and request the removal of any that misuse their likeness. For example, wrongful endorsements or misleading impersonations. The rollout begins with a first wave of eligible creators and will expand over time. YouTube's new likeness detection system represents a major shift in how social media platforms are handling the growing problem of deepfakes and AI-generated impersonations. For everyday users, this means a safer online environment where it's harder for bad actors to use someone's image or voice to spread misinformation, scams, or fake endorsements. For creators, it's a big win for digital protection, giving them a way to spot and report videos that misuse their identity before they go viral. However, the system also highlights how blurred the lines have become between real and AI-generated content. It's a reminder that technology now makes it easy to fabricate realistic videos, and platforms are scrambling to catch up. Over time, we can expect more platforms to adopt similar safeguards, leading to a future where authenticity verification, knowing whether what we're seeing is real, becomes as essential as the verified badge once was for social media profiles. Actor Bryan Cranston, best known for Breaking Bad, recently discovered that OpenAI's video generator Sora 2 was being used to create realistic videos featuring his face and voice without his consent. This sparked immediate backlash from both the actor and the wider entertainment industry, which has been increasingly vocal about protecting performers from deepfake misuse. In response, OpenAI publicly acknowledged the issue and announced new measures to prevent such misuse. The company said it would now require explicit consent, an opt-in system, before any person's image, likeness, or voice could be used in generated content. It also promised to establish a faster review process to remove unauthorized material and to collaborate more closely with industry watchdogs to ensure compliance. Cranston has since partnered with actors union SAG-AFTRA, OpenAI, and several major talent agencies to shape stronger guidelines around AI in entertainment. He emphasized that while AI can be an exciting creative tool, it must be used responsibly and ethically, especially when it involves real people's identities. The incident underscores a broader challenge. As AI tools like Sora become more powerful, they blur the line between real and synthetic content, raising urgent questions about consent, authenticity, and ownership in the digital age. For everyday people, the story is a reminder that AI deepfakes are no longer just a celebrity problem. These technologies can reproduce anyone's face or voice, making new protections and consent systems essential for all online users as AI continues to evolve. In other big news out of OpenAI, the company has debuted ChatGPT Atlas, their new browser. OpenAI's new ChatGPT Atlas represents a major step toward blending everyday web browsing with artificial intelligence. Instead of switching between your web browser and ChatGPT, Atlas lets you do both in one place. You can surf the internet, ask questions, summarize information, or even complete tasks without leaving the page. Imagine looking up a recipe and asking ChatGPT to automatically create a shopping list, or researching job openings and having the AI summarize which ones fit your skills. It's designed to make the web feel less cluttered and more interactive, turning your browser into a true personal assistant. Atlas also introduces a feature called Agent Mode, currently available to select users, which allows ChatGPT to take a more active role, completing complex research, comparing products, managing documents, or even handling scheduling tasks for you. Essentially, it's like giving your browser the ability to think and act on your behalf within limits you set. OpenAI emphasizes privacy and control, noting that users can decide how much the AI remembers or accesses while browsing. The launch starts with macOS users, with Windows, iOS, and Android versions coming soon. For many, Atlas marks a shift in how we'll use the internet, moving from manually searching and managing tabs to having AI guide and streamline the experience. Rather than being just a chatbot or search engine, Atlas aims to be a partner that helps people learn, work, and explore the web more efficiently. Staying with news out of OpenAI, the company is working on a project, codenamed Mercury, that aims to use artificial intelligence to handle many of the routine, labor-intensive tasks currently done by junior investment bankers. Things like building spreadsheets, preparing pitch book materials, and running financial models. The company has reportedly recruited more than 100 former bankers from major firms such as JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, and Morgan Stanley to help train the models by writing prompts and developing example work. In effect, OpenAI is positioning its technology to make the early grunt work stages of investment banking far quicker and less tedious, reducing the amount of repetitive hours that new analysts or associates often endure. In the last piece of news out of OpenAI, OpenAI's purchase of Software Applications Incorporated, the small company behind the popular Mac app Sky, marks another major step in the company's push to make artificial intelligence a hands-on assistant rather than just a chat tool. Sky was designed to let Mac users control their computers with simple natural language commands. For example, asking it to organize files, open documents, schedule events, or even automate routine tasks like resizing images or generating emails. By acquiring both the app and its development team, OpenAI plans to integrate this same kind of on-screen, action-based control into ChatGPT, effectively transforming the chatbot into a full digital co-pilot for everyday computing. For users, this means ChatGPT could soon help with practical computer tasks, not just generating text or answering questions, but actually interacting with your desktop apps, files, and workflows. You could tell it to clean up my downloads folder, combine these PDFs, or draft a presentation from these notes, and it could carry out those steps automatically. This move also strengthens OpenAI's ecosystem by deepening its ties to macOS users ahead of the release of its Atlas browser and other desktop tools. More broadly, the acquisition hints at the future of personal computing, one where AI assistants are built directly into operating systems, quietly managing behind-the-scenes work so users can focus on creativity and decision-making. While OpenAI hasn't said whether Sky will remain a standalone app, the deal signals that the next evolution of ChatGPT could be much more interactive, acting less like a chatbot and more like a true AI-powered digital helper that understands both your words and your workspace. And finally, Microsoft's new Copilot mode in the Edge browser represents a major shift in how people interact with the web. Instead of being just a place to type in links and search terms, Edge now includes an AI-powered assistant that actively helps you browse, research, and make decisions. When you open a new tab, Copilot Mode greets you with a simple chat-style interface that replaces the usual search bar. You can ask it questions, compare information across multiple open tabs, or summarize what you're reading, all without leaving the page. For example, if you're planning a vacation, Copilot can pull details from your travel sites, summarize hotel options, and even help you build an itinerary. One of the biggest advantages of Copilot Mode is how it reduces tab overload, a problem most internet users face daily. By understanding what's open in your browser, only if you allow it, Copilot can organize and analyze information across pages, making research, shopping, or project work much smoother. It's like having a personal assistant inside your browser who can connect the dots for you. Microsoft also stresses privacy and control. Copilot only accesses the information you give it permission to, and users can easily turn it off at any time. The company's goal is to make browsing more intuitive and productive, whether you're working, studying, or exploring hobbies. Overall, Copilot Mode transforms Edge from a traditional browser into an AI companion that helps users think, learn, and create more efficiently. It's part of a broader trend in technology, where AI moves from being a separate tool to something seamlessly integrated into the apps and services we already use every day. And that's going to do it for this episode of AI Business News. I'll be back again next week. Have a safe day and a pleasant tomorrow.